I didn't realize I left our new to us expensive planer out in the rain last night. Kind of sucks.
Yep, full of water too.
I'm sure it's fine. Let's not make a habit of it though.
Yeah, let's not do that. I say let's get the tarp on the garage.
Yeah.
ASAP. Try to keep all these expensive tools safe.
It's time.
It's time for us to get some flipping work lights.
With winter setting in, we're pitch black now, pitch black, which means we're done working at like 6:30, maybe 6:15 if we're cleaning our tools up. And it's like 4:30 right now, and it's dark in here. I think it's about time we have that conversation.
Yesterday it was overcast all the way till dark, and you couldn't really work past maybe like 5:20, 5:30. So
Yep.
Today there's blue sky, so it's still a little bit lighter, a little bit later. But fact of the matter is, we're going to be spending a lot of time in the dark for the coming months, working on the house, but most importantly, we've got to get all these timbers ready for the workshop. So work lights have been on our mind for a long time. We've kind of done a little bit of like hither and thither research, and there's kind of like a little bit of innovation going on, and we thought we'd kind of roll the dice a little bit on the old Milwaukee. It's a little overpriced. It's a little expensive, and I have to be honest, we don't have a single cordless Milwaukee tool. But
because we're in bed with Makita.
We're a little in bed with DeWalt and Makita at the moment. But we definitely see that they've got a pretty solid cordless line, and they are hardcore going after it. They've got a ridiculous amount of tools. We thought if we had some batteries, we'd be more likely to pick up some of those tools, and as we get further in the project, we're probably gonna need them. And
in all honesty, batteries aside, I think that these type of lights, if they work, they are a solid investment.
Yep. This is quality. We looked at everything from the $30 work light all the way up to the $400 work light. This guy, we'll unbox him shortly. It's the LED rocket tower light. I think the only reason it's really expensive is because it's a charger too.
Because it has the word rocket in it.
And it's a rocket. Apparently rovers are not as expensive as rockets.
No way.
I get that feeling that Milwaukee had this spaceship theme. This one's called Rover,
Really?
This one's called Rocket. Which one, where's the missile at? So we picked up a couple of different work lights. One is more portable, smaller. Both of them are dual power, so they can both be plugged in and powered, and then they can both be run off of batteries. But the little guy is not a charger. This is a Rover M18. These are both 18 volt. They take the same battery pack. The only difference is the Rocket has a built-in charger. So while you've got it plugged in and you're running it off the power, it's also charging the bat. We got a deal. This is a Milwaukee bundle for the Rover. It came with a free 3 amp hour battery included. The tower light did not include a battery, but where we bought it, they had a bundle with a 9 amp hour battery, except they didn't have any. So we're waiting to get that battery. The good news is we've got the battery from the Rover, so we'll stick that in the Rocket and charge it, and then we can use that in the Rover until our 9 amp hour shows up. Okay, that's the backstory. Holy cow, come look at there. I'll turn this around. This is the whole M18.
I have to back up.
Look, this whole thing. Look at all these tools.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
That's ridiculous.
You know, this garage is pretty big, so we might need some of these to fill up space in our garage.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that quite a few, there's actually more than this now, because they literally keep releasing new tools constantly. So, okay, cool. Time to open it up.
Yes, we did consider getting shop lights for a garage to hang up here, and we probably will still do that. Actually, we bought one, didn't we?
No, we didn't buy one because we didn't like the ones they had.
I think we're gonna get them Amazon
off Amazon because they're better.
It's definitely inexpensive, except they're not portable. And I think for us, while in a perfect world, we're gonna be doing a lot of work in here, more realistically, we're gonna be doing a lot more work outside. So,
well, I think we'll put probably 4 shop lights in here just to light the garage up so we can do projects and work and stuff.
In the daytime? I'm just kidding.
But we're gonna need light all over the place, you know, for everything you can imagine, electrical and
for a while, this will probably be like our dinner table light.
It's so funny how dark houses are until they like put all the lights in, because most houses they don't put the light bulbs in until the very last when the homeowner comes. Most contractors live their entire life by portable lighting.
Do you know if LEDs are flattering to the skin, or are they going to show like every single pore you own?
I don't think you'll see too many of these on makeup channels because they really just don't. Yeah, I don't think they flatter the skin. Because
it's a rocket, are flames going to come out of the box?
Ready? Holy cannolis. That is not encouraging when your lights come with an instruction manual. So this is kind of like it's a super portable light, and it's not just like battery powered, but it's also collapsible. And I mean, they do make one, I'm pretty sure Milwaukee just came out with one that's even more collapsible. But the idea is that for such a big light, it collapses down into a much smaller package to fit in the work truck. Oh, here we go. I had it upside down. So it's got a nice handle. It is not balanced, however, and it's got another handle here. So maybe it's for like, there are buttons. Those are brightness buttons. See, this is where the manual comes in handy. There's a button to release the legs. So it turns out it's in a very ergonomic location. Hurrah. I'm sure this is meant to be used vertically. I don't think you're supposed to put it in water. Would you look at that?
Running over the camera, woman.
It says always extend the legs before you extend the pulls. So that's kind of cool. So it's a single thumb button and the tripod legs come out. Oh, cool. So you can set it in water because the charger's not sitting on the ground.
Good.
So if we leave it in the garage like we do our expensive Makita planer. Just kidding. They make another one of these that looks more like a flower. And what was it?
Sounds manly.
Yeah, it looks more like a beehive. Right? They had two variations of this light. So this comes up. So far, I am noticing that even though this thing is mostly plastic, I would say it's fairly strong. It doesn't cross me that it's like real flimsy. Go higher, she said. Go higher. So this has a 3-light, and the whole head tilts. So I think you can leave all of these like this and then tilt it, something like that. But then you could also point some up. I wonder if you can do this. Oh, wow. Light the whole room up. Isn't that exciting? I take back what I said about sturdy. Although I have yet to meet a work light that's even remotely rigid. They're always like a wobbly son of a gun.
It's time to test her out.
So I think what you do is add power. So here, I'll turn it. There's a little flappy door down here that hides an outlet plugger inner thing. And then we'll plug this battery in here in a second, and I'm sure it has like a charge indicator.
That doesn't turn it on, you have to turn it on.
There's an on button.
Ooh.
Boom. So there's 3 brightness settings. So that's low, medium, and high. Well, I think we should maybe wait a little bit till it gets dark in here, and then we can show.
Do you want to do that? Cut the video?
Yeah. So there's the LED tower light. I think the advantages of LED are obvious. I don't think anybody needs to be educated on why those are good. This light with the charger and the battery was about $400, give or take. But the battery bundle, I think we got at Home Depot. I don't know if that's available anywhere else because I think that might be a Home Depot deal. So if you're thinking about buying one of these lights and you don't already have a battery, you might shop around a little bit and see if you can find the battery bundle because those batteries are expensive. They're like $160, $170, something like that. Half the price of the light, which makes it worth it. If you had to buy the light and the battery, real quick knife update. Loving it. Loving this little Kershaw. Perfect. It's a little bigger than I thought I wanted, but you know what? I haven't regretted it because I don't lose it. It's so heavy, except for Alyssa found it in the sawdust the other day. I'm not sure what happened there. It must have fell out of my pocket, which is not good. This is the Milwaukee M18 rover. I think that's important to differentiate because they make a 12-volt rover. It's called the M12. And we wanted to make sure that all of the things we have that are Milwaukee cordless have the same battery. This one, the head actually rotates all the way around. I don't know if this one has multiple brightness settings. I read somewhere online that it does, or something. We'll figure that out when we plug it in. How's that? So with this bundle from Milwaukee, they include what they call their XC battery. Super confusing. They call it the red lithium XC, and it turns out that that means 3 amp hour. Well, they actually put it on the bottom of the battery, 3 amp hour. I don't know why they can't just be like everybody else and put the amp hours on the side, because marketing. One feature of, I think, DeWalt and Milwaukee batteries that I don't love about the current Makita battery is they don't have the fuel gauge on the battery. It's on the device. So you can't just hit the charge button and see if your battery's charged or not. You actually have to put it in something, pull the trigger, and then you get an indicator. So this is saying, if you push this button, that this battery obviously needs to be charged. The big question is, does it have enough juice to turn this light on?
Oh.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Ah, so there you go. So on is high, medium, and low. I would think that if you were gonna do your makeup, I don't think I'd use this light.
I don't think I'd let people look at my skin under that light.
So I think it's safe to say that this light's pretty bright.
Wow, yeah, look at that.
This one should be able to run off of the electrical cord too. So they've got the hidden power cord adapter there too, so you can plug it in. Again, this is not a charger, so your SOL, if your battery dies and you don't have electrical. What is the runtime on these? I saw somewhere.
I think the rocket is 4 hours on high.
Is that what it is?
That's what some reviews say.
Okay, 4 hours on high, but of course when they're advertising, they say something like up to like 15 hours, and that must be on low, and with the 9 amp hour battery pack. I think with this little light, you can get about 4 hours on the 3 amp hour battery pack. I don't know, because of the thickness or the depth of the 9 amp hour, if the 9 amp hour battery will even go in here, because the battery pack may be too tall. I don't know. We'll have to wait and find out, I guess. So the Rover, to me, mimics your average, halogen portable work light, but I think this is super helpful for us. The other night I was out working on the sawmill after dark doing maintenance. For you guys that are in maintenance, you know what I'm talking about. When is maintenance done? After hours. So I was doing some bolt tightening and we bent some stuff and I was fixing all that, and I was doing it all by headlamp. But if I would have had this guy, I think I probably would have used it. Even if it just helps me keep from tripping over a bunch of stuff that's out there. What else should we talk about on these? They're red.
I think we should pause the video till dark, because wow.
Can you
It's
see
pretty
anything
bright.
here?
I'm just like freaking out that like my lit skin is on YouTube.
Would you look at that? Focus 30 just got extended.
Totally. Indefinitely.
Uh-oh. Now,
I always thought we shouldn't get lights because darkness saves us from ourselves, and here we are.
Yeah.
Woke up at 6, it's 8:30, and we're still
yeah.
working.
Yeah. I was gonna say, how are we gonna know when to quit now? We don't know. Injury. That will be the next barrier. So this light is actually sitting outside the garage right now. Let's see. Let's kind of move it in. So I'm standing outside, and that's pretty dang good. That is on high though. So do you feel like you can see pretty good?
Yeah, enough to keep working.
I think
my headlamp's a joke with that in my face.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, it pales. You can almost see my headlamp. So I let the battery charge on this guy. Has a little green light. Probably took maybe about an hour for that battery to charge. Let's pop it out and see. Let's put this in the Rover. I think I forgot to mention earlier that the Rover, I think it was about 150 bucks. I am stoked that you can put a Milwaukee battery in with one hand.
Really?
You cannot do that with a Makita. Try taking a Makita battery out with one hand. All right, battery's in. I doubt this is gonna be any different than earlier, except for it's nighttime.
That's pretty good.
It'll light up the whole garage. I mean, can't tell if I think I do feel heat there. I think it actually feels a little bit warm. So this is cool because it's super portable. So if you wanted to work on the radiant, you could do that. That's quite a bit of light in an area. Like when you focus it in a corner like that, that's actually a lot of light. It's actually enough to even light up the garage. So I think this rover is a floodlight for the record. So definitely gonna get like a broad area. The aiming on the rocket light is actually pretty good. Alyssa was out stacking lumber, and I was able to aim the lights in 3 different places, kind of like on the path where she was walking, on the lumber pile she was working from, and the lumber pile she was working to. And did you still use your headlamp though?
I did.
Yeah.
Because I was going out of the range.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Behind the light.
Oh, right, okay.
But like right now, I took it off because
Yeah.
it's still on apparently.
The Canon's not having a hard time focusing even, so that tells you how much light's out here. Because what's really funny is our eyes actually adjust really well. And so we always think that it's still pretty light, but then you turn the Canon on and it won't work at all. So Alyssa's doing some cleanup, planer shavings.
Yeah.
Prepare to have a mountain of those. So I think these lights were worth it. We'll do kind of a long-term review. What was really cool was Alyssa unplugged the rocket light and then grabbed it and walked in here and it was still on. It didn't even flicker. So the battery to electric transition is spot on. I think the true test will be how long do these lights last on the battery, you know?
Yeah.
Because we're not gonna wanna run, well, with the planer, we're gonna have extension cords out here all the time. But I can tell you right now, it's going to be pretty handy to have a light that's hooked to a battery, because it gets pretty annoying having to run extension cords.
Yeah, it does.
I kind of laughed because I think somebody who reviewed the rocket light on Amazon said for like 35 years he's been hauling extension cords on his work truck, and he got one of these for like Christmas or something, and the guy's like, oh my God, I'm free. Well, I guess we're not going to stop working because we now have lights, so we no longer have an excuse to stop.
I think we are tonight.
I think we're going to stop because I'm going to fall asleep standing up if I don't go to bed soon. So, all right. Thanks for all your work today.
You too, beast.
Do you think Bugaboo has played in this?
I doubt it.
It kind of looks like sauerkraut. You know what's really cool is that the Canon has such good sensor. It can actually see the detail on these things with those lights.
Cool.